Calling all friends who have done fertility treatments or who are considering it. Here is my vulnerable story on our fertility treatments and the thoughts that I had while we were going through them. Stay tuned! Alright, sisters and misters. So, for those of you who don't know, my husband and I did do fertility treatments to get pregnant with our first child. And so this is not going to be a video about how to do fertility treatments or anything like that. It is straight up going to be like the mental health stuff that goes along with fertility treatments and what it looked like for me. So my journey isn't everybody else's journey. And so this isn't to say if you're looking at doing fertility treatments, this will be your story. Like, totally not at all, guys. This is my story. This isn't even my husband's story, right? This is just my story. This is me, and some of the struggles I had with doing fertility treatments and kind of where I've come from since then. Okay, so have at it. So I think we were 24 when we started doing fertility treatments, but I'm going to backtrack. So I remember growing up wondering, I just had this weird thought all the time, not all the time, but often when I think about kids, that I was never going to be able to have kids. And so super distorted thought, I don't know where I got that from, but it was something I like held near and dear to me for a long time. I mean, I remember being a teenager thinking this, I remember being in my early 20s thinking this, and I remember when my husband and I decided to start trying to get pregnant, I thought this. And so, sorry I'm like fixing myself constantly, but I look goofy. So, I remember holding that story for a long, long time. And so, and I had lots of rationales for why that could be, or blah, 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 blah. I'd been on birth control for a long time, my cycles were irregular, whatever. Fill in the blank, I made this excuse for why I didn't think I was going to be able to have kids. So, fast forward to, I think we were 23 or 24, which also causes some shame for me because I felt like I was too young to be considering having kids. We had to have been 24. It doesn't matter, you guys don't get my age. Well, you might, but you're not going to get the exact age because I don't even know the exact age. So here we go. So my husband and I got married and then we started trying to get pregnant. And I remember not telling anybody we were trying to get pregnant because I was like, I'm too young. I shouldn't be trying to get pregnant. This is so naughty, right? And so we tried and we tried and we tried and we tried. And I didn't get pregnant, but moreover than that, I just wasn't having regular cycles. So that was like, I don't know if I can get pregnant if my cycles aren't regular. So we went to the doctor, and when we went to the doctor, they said, like, yeah, there's a little something, something up. If you guys actually want to get pregnant, you guys probably need to do fertility treatments. And I think I had been off birth control for like somewhere around 8 months or 6 to 8 months. I can't remember for sure the exact numbers, but regardless, they said that there was some stuff messed up, and they were going to do some testing on me and on my husband and see if like our numbers looked right and everything. And so it ended up being that I did not produce large enough eggs. That's not the right term right now. I can't think of what that term is right now, so bear with me. You guys know what I mean if you're watching this video. So, and that's why I wasn't having my cycle often enough. Ovulating. I wasn't ovulating regularly. So, my husband and I talked about it and we decided to start fertility treatments, and it was like so shameful for me, you guys. Like, I didn't tell anybody. I don't believe I told anybody because one, I thought we were too young to have kids and that people would judge us for that decision, and two, I thought people were going to question me of like, why are you doing fertility treatments and you didn't try long enough, and I don't know, whatever else you can think of that people might say to me. I was so scared of the judgment of other people, so I said nothing to anybody but my husband. And that, my friends, was a tough road to travel alone without any support or any like validation or any like, Brittany, you crazy, like quit thinking like that. Because fertility treatments are tough emotionally. They were on me, tough emotionally. It was tough on my marriage. It was tough on our relationship. It was like this thought of like, I think I want to have kids, but oh my gosh, do we really want to have kids right now? There was a lot of thoughts going on up here that I wasn't getting out to anybody. And so that was really tough. So we continued with fertility treatments and we got pregnant the first cycle. And so I was like, oh my gosh, Brittany, you jumped the gun. You got pregnant on the first cycle. Like, you probably didn't need fertility treatments. I was so hard on myself. And after about 8 weeks, I had a miscarriage. And so all the stuff that goes along with that and those thoughts I had previously of you're never going to have kids all came just running back. Of like, you forced this to happen and it wasn't the right time, it wasn't meant to be. This is what happens, Brittany, when you force things to happen. I mean, seriously, like, it was shame for me. It was bad. It was sad. My husband and I were young, if you will, and so the support for each other was like, it was tough to know how to like be there for each other while we were grieving ourselves. I mean, it was really tough, a tough journey to walk alone. And also I hadn't told anybody. And so I remember my first phone call to my sister-in-law of me sobbing. Actually, she came over to my house, and I was sobbing, and I told her, 1, we did fertility treatments, and 2, I had a miscarriage, and she was blown away. Her and I were so close, and I hadn't even told her. And so she was like, it was like double gasp for her, like, and she snuggled me and cuddled me and let me cry in her arms and was the most amazing person, like she always is in this whole world. But that was a really shameful journey to walk alone. And so my husband and I did another round of fertility treatments very quickly after, and I got pregnant with my daughter, and I carried her full term, and she is the most amazing, I get tears in my eyes just thinking about her. She is the most amazing gift we've ever been allowed to have. And I look back and I'm so thankful that we did fertility treatments. And also, so this video is for 2 things. 1 is to give you guys hope that fertility treatments can work, that pregnancies can happen even when you've told yourself your whole life that it's not going to happen. But 2, to let you guys know that the journey isn't easy, and those things we tell ourselves that feel so real and so true are not so real and are not so true. I was so ridden in the shame of everything. I was too young to get pregnant. I didn't meet the criteria for fertility treatments. I was forcing God's timing or the universe's timing, and so I was being punished for it. What are the fertility treatments going to do to my baby? I mean, just all this shame that I isolated myself from being able to share with other people and for them to be able to help me through it. And so my story is out here super vulnerably. I've never shared this story in a large audience ever, and I don't think I've ever shared this full story in my life, quite honestly, because it was such a shameful and, I don't know, just such a tough time in life that ended up being so good in the end that I think it's easy to overshadow and forget about how tough emotionally that was for me because it ended so well. And so I do want to go back and share this journey so people can see the ups and downs through it. And know that fertility treatments are tough emotionally, physically, in every way possible. But there's other people out there who have been through it and who have had those thoughts and who have had those worries. So please reach out. If there's anything that you guys feel like I haven't shared, please comment below and help me kind of spread the word of eliminating the shame around this. And also, if you guys kind of honed in on my talk about having a miscarriage, I will do another video on miscarriages and the effects of miscarriages, and I'll do a little bit more of a clinical video with that one, but I will also share my story in there. So please stay tuned and look for that. So thank you guys. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for listening to my story. I hope that if you are going through fertility treatments and you've had these thoughts, or haven't had fertility treatments and have had some of these thoughts, know you're not alone. Thanks guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all soon.